So last part of our module 6, it combined operations with linear expressions. And this is lesson 6.5, our learning target. I can combine operations to simplify linear expressions. And the vocabulary in this is simplify. And so when I'm talking about simplifying any problem, I am basically completely going to solve it and then I am going to factor it. Okay, so let's start with this first problem, and it says simplify negative 2x plus 3 plus 8x. So first what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to use the distributive property to solve this problem. And distributive property means I am multiplying the number outside the parentheses with each term inside the parentheses. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Negative 2 times x. So positive times my negative is going to give me negative 2x. And then I have negative 2 times positive 3. So again, opposite signs. So I'm going to get minus. So negative 2 times 3 times positive 3 gives me minus 6. Okay. And then I have plus 8x. Okay. Next, what I'm going to do is I am going to combine the like terms. Okay. So what are my like terms over here? I have the minus 2x and I have the 8x. So I'm just going to just show you how I'm grouping it. So here plus 8x, I'm putting the like terms together so you can see, and then minus 6. Okay. And so when I have the minus 2x and I have plus 8x, so these are opposite signs. So when I have opposite signs, what do? I subtract the absolute values and give the sign of the bigger number. So 8 minus 2 is going to give me 6x, because I have 6x's, and the sign in front of the bigger number, which is going to be 8, is going to be positive. So this is 6x minus 6. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to write it in the factored form. So if I look at this, what is my greatest common factor? So I can see that 6x and minus 6 both are sharing the factor 6. So I am going to take the 6 out and then I am going to put it in the factored form. If 6 is out, I have x, because look, 6 times x is 6x minus 1, because 6 times negative 1 is going to give me minus 6. And so therefore, this is the simplified form of this problem. All right. So let's try another one, which I have put up on the board. And again, it's the same format. I'm going to do distributive property first. Okay. Negative 3 times 4, negative 12x. Negative times negative, positive. 9 times 3 is 27. Okay. Because the negative times negative makes it positive. Plus 30x. Okay. Once again, I am going to go ahead and I am going to combine the like terms. So I have negative 12x plus 30x plus 27. Okay. And so then if I am going to subtract, because these are opposites, so look, this is basically what I'm doing, because they are opposite, and so I'm finding the absolute value of both. I cannot take away 2 from 0. This becomes 10. This becomes 2. 10 minus 2 is 8, and 2 minus 1 is 1. Sign in front of the bigger one is positive. So this is 18x plus 27. And then I am going to factor it out and see what is common, what is my greatest common factor. So in order to see the greatest common factor, I can do 18 and 27. And I know that 18 and 27 are both divisible by 9, right? So if I do 9 over here, I get 2 times 9 and 3 times 9. So this 9 is my greatest, this is my greatest common factor. Okay, so this greatest common factor I'm going to put outside, get 9 over here, because that is the common factor. And I have what? 9 times 2 gives me 18. So look, this 2 over here. So this is 2x's plus I have this 3 up here, which is going to go here. So 9 times 2x plus 3, and that is the factored form of that problem, which is in the simplest form. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve another problem, and we are going to combine operations to simplify expressions. So let's try one with, okay. So if I give a question, let's say 3/8 x plus 3/8 x plus 1/2, okay, 1/4 x minus 2. Okay, so if I have a problem like this given to me, 3/8 x plus 1/2, 1/4 x minus 2. So we are going to first write that expression, and then we are going to use the distributive property to solve this. So my distributive property would be, so first I would take this one down. Okay, my distributive property would be, I would do 1/2 times 1/4 x, right? And so this is what I'm doing. 1/2 times 1/4 x, all right, minus 1/2 times, I'm doing the 2, right? This one. So this becomes 2 over 1. If I simplify now, look what I get. I get 3/8 x plus, what is 1 times 1? That gives me 1. And 2 times 4 is 8. So this is 1/8 x. And then here, 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. So I get minus 1. Now I can look at this and I can combine the like terms. And when I combine the like terms, I have the same denominator. So all I need to do is add the numerator, because both of them have the variable x attached to them. So 3 plus 1, that is 4x over 8 minus 1. And then if I simplify this, I know that 4 and 8 are both divisible by 4. So when I simplify this, I am going to get, just write it this way. I am going to get 1/2 x minus 1. 1/2 x minus 1. And then this is going to be my answer in the simplest form. Okay, so let's do one last problem. Combine operations to simplify expressions. That's basically what we are doing. That is what our topic is. So we are going to solve one more problem. Okay, and so we have 2/3. And if I do 18x minus 12 and minus 6x plus 7. So let's say here's my problem, and to write the answer in the factored form. Okay, so first I am going to again go ahead and use the distributive property. So that basically is this. I'm going to multiply this with this, and I'm going to multiply this with this. So 2/3 times 18x minus 2/3 times 12. So this part, so this can be over 1 over 1, so that I can first calculate that portion. And this whole thing minus 6x plus 7. Okay, so when I have multiplication like this, I can look at what can I simplify from the numerator to the denominator. Okay, so I know that 1 times 3 is 3 and 6 times 3 is 18. So now I'm left with 2 times 6. Okay, 2 times 6, which is going to give me 12x. 12x. And then I'm going to look at what do I have here. I can simplify the 3 times 1 is 3 and 4 times 3 is 12. So then I get 12x minus 8. So that is what this part is, minus 6x plus 7. Okay, arrange the like terms in columns now, and then I am going to add the additive inverse like we've talked about. So when I say additive inverse, we are going to keep, change, flip the signs, if you remember. Okay, keep, change the sign to plus, flip the signs. So keep, change, flip. All right, so let me go ahead. I'm going to put this as 12x minus 8. Change the minus to a plus, and then flip the signs. So this becomes what? This becomes negative 6x minus 7. Okay, become negative 6x minus 7. And so now when I am looking at this, opposite signs, what is 12 minus 6? I get 6x. All right, so I get 6x over here. And then I can see that negative 8 and negative 7 are exactly the same sign. So I am going to add them, and I get minus 15. Next thing I look at, I've got to factor it out. So if I look at 6 and I look at 15, what is the greatest common factor? Of course, it is going to be 3, right? So I am going to factor it out, and I am going to put 3 outside. And then, so basically I'm doing 6x minus 15, and I'm factoring this. So 3 times 2 gives me 6, right? So 3 times 2x gives me 6x minus 3 times 5 is going to give me 15. So here is my final answer, which I've simplified and I have factored out. So this lesson, again, it's literally everything else that we have talked about: adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. And all we are doing is now we are combining the operations, use the distributive property, and then solve these. At the end, just simplify, which means you have solved it to the simplest form, and factor it out. All right. So have a great day.